Mister, can I have this milk? I swear I'll pay you when I grow up.
After the funeral, Malik disappeared for days. Carter found him sitting by a river, staring at the water. "You okay, kid?" Malik wiped his tears. "She believed in me. I can't stop now." Carter sat beside him. "She'd be proud, but you can't fight alone. Let me help you." Malik shook his head. "I'll do it myself. I promised her. And I promised you." Carter's chest tightened. This boy was steel wrapped in scars. "Then let me teach you," he said finally. "Business, money, everything I know, but only if you swear to never give up." Malik looked up, fire in his eyes. "I swear." That day, under the grey sky, a new chapter began, not of debt, but destiny. After the funeral, Malik disappeared for days. Carter found him sitting by a river, staring at the water. "You okay, kid?" Malik wiped his tears. "She believed in me. I can't stop now." Carter sat beside him. "She'd be proud, but you can't fight alone. Let me help you." Malik shook his head. "I'll do it myself. I promised her. And I promised you." Carter's chest tightened. This boy was steel wrapped in scars. "Then let me teach you," he said finally. "Business, money, everything I know, but only if you swear to never give up." Malik looked up, fire in his eyes. "I swear." That day, under the grey sky, a new chapter began, not of debt, but destiny. One winter night, Malik came to work late, shivering. Carter frowned. "What happened?" "Mama's worse," Malik whispered, eyes red. "The doctor said..." His voice broke. Carter put a hand on his shoulder. "I'll send someone. Don't worry about the cost." "No," Malik snapped. "I said I'd pay you back. I'm not taking charity." Carter froze. Most grown men begged for help, but this boy, he refused it. "All right," Carter said softly. "Then let me give you a job that pays. Real money." Malik's eyes lit up. "Anything, sir." From that day, Malik ran small tasks, deliveries, paperwork, earning every dollar. Every cent went to his mother's medicine. But fate wasn't kind. A week later, Carter walked into the hospital room where Malik sat holding his mother's cold hand. The boy's world shattered. The boy's world. Malik ran home barefoot through dusty streets, clutching the milk like a lifeline. His little sister, barely 4, sat crying on the porch. "Here, Nia," he whispered, pouring the milk into a rusty cup. She drank like she hadn't seen food in years. Their mother coughed in the corner, thin as a shadow. Malik kissed her forehead. "Mama, I got milk. She won't cry tonight." Tears filled her tired eyes. "Where did you—" "A man helped us," Malik said with a smile. "But don't worry, Mama. One day, I'll be the one helping people. I'll be rich, and you'll never be sick again." The mother closed her eyes, whispering a prayer. Malik looked out the window, gripping that shiny business card. Tomorrow would be the start of everything. The bell above the door jingled as a barefoot boy walked into the big grocery store. His clothes were torn, his face pale, and his hands clenched a few coins. The cashier gave him a cold glance, but the boy didn't care. His little sister hadn't eaten in 2 days. He scanned the shelves, eyes locking on a single bottle of milk. He walked slowly, like a thief in a palace. The price tag mocked him. Too much. He opened his palm. Just a few coins, barely enough for bread. A tear rolled down his cheek. "Please, God, just this once," he whispered. Behind him, a deep voice spoke. "Hey kid, you okay?" The boy froze. A man in a tailored suit stood there, watching. The boy's lips trembled as he whispered, "Mister, can I have this milk? I swear I'll pay you when I grow up." The store fell silent. The man walked to the counter, paid for the milk, and handed it to Malik. The boy's hands shook as he hugged the bottle. "You really mean it, huh?" the man asked. Malik nodded fiercely. "I'll pay you back, every penny. I'll be rich too one day, I swear." The man chuckled, but there was sadness in his eyes. "Life doesn't work like that, kid." "Yes, it does," Malik snapped, his voice full of fire. "Mama says if you work hard, God will bless you, so I'll work hard. I'll never forget what you did for me." The man stared at him, speechless. That fire, the hunger in his eyes, it was the same hunger he once had, years ago when he had nothing. "Okay, Malik," he said softly. "Show me how serious you are. Come by my office tomorrow. Here's my card." Malik looked at the shiny card like it was magic. "I will, mister. I promise. The next morning, Malik showed up at the big glass building downtown. He wore his only shirt, washed 3 times last night, still damp. The guards stared. "You lost, kid." "No, sir. I'm here to see Mr. Carter," Malik said, showing the card proudly. They laughed, but one made a call. Minutes later, the man from yesterday appeared. "You came," Carter said, smiling faintly. "I promised, didn't I?" Malik said. Carter studied him. "You want to pay me back? Then start working. Sweep the floors, no whining." Malik grabbed the broom without a word. For hours, he scrubbed, mopped, polished, hands blistered, feet aching. At the end of the day, Carter handed him a sandwich. Malik smiled. "Thank you, sir." Carter stared at him as he left. Something told him this boy was different. "Please, sir, just a little milk," whispered Jamal, his voice trembling as he held out an empty glass that seemed too heavy for his tiny hands. His shirt was torn at the collar, his shoes 2 sizes too big and held together by hope and frayed laces. The man towering over him wore a crisp suit and an expression that could freeze water. Behind Jamal, a little girl coughed, a sound dry and weak, like autumn leaves breaking underfoot. Her cheeks were hollow, her eyes too big for her fragile face. "My sister. She hasn't eaten in 2 days," Jamal stammered, biting his lip until it bled. "I swear, I'll pay you when I grow up." The millionaire raised an eyebrow. To him, promises from poor kids were like whispers in the wind, gone before they mattered. Yet something in Jamal's eyes held him there for a moment longer, something raw and desperate. A small crowd gathered, whispering, judging, passing by like shadows. Nobody stopped, nobody cared, except the man in the suit, though even he didn't know why he hadn't walked away yet. Years passed. Malik grew into a sharp, determined young man. Carter mentored him like a father, teaching deals, risks, strategy. Malik studied late into the night, built contacts, saved every cent. He started small, selling old phones, flipping products online, investing tiny amounts. Every time he earned money, he'd smile and whisper, "One step closer." At 21, Malik launched his own company, a tech startup born from countless nights of planning. Investors laughed at first, but Malik's fire? It burned through every doubt. Within 5 years, he built an empire worth millions. People called him the boy who never gave up. But Malik didn't care about fame. He cared about one thing, keeping his promise. Days turned into weeks. Malik worked after school, cleaning floors, running errands, anything to prove himself. Carter never paid him money, just food and sometimes old clothes. But Malik never complained. At night, he read books from the office library, business magazines, finance articles. He didn't understand half the words, but he learned. One evening, Carter found him asleep on a couch, a book open on his chest. "You really mean it, don't you?" Carter murmured. Malik woke up, startled. I just want to learn, sir. One day I'll run my own company." Carter chuckled softly. "You've got guts, kid." Malik grinned. "And I'll pay you back. Every penny for that milk." Carter stared at him for a long moment. Something about those words burned into his heart. The man's brow furrowed. He had heard a lot of things in life, but this, a boy, no older than 8, making a promise like that. The suit alone he wore was worth more than the entire store. "Pay me when you grow up?" he repeated, his tone a mix of disbelief and curiosity. The boy nodded desperately. "Yes, I'll work. I'll do anything. Just please my sister. She's hungry. Mama's sick. I can't let her cry anymore." The man felt something inside him shift. He had built his empire with ruthless deals and cold decisions, but nothing hit him like this child's plea. Around them, shoppers whispered. Some smiled in pity, others looked away. He crouched down. "What's your name, kid?" "Malik," the boy said, gripping the milk like it was treasure. The man stared at him for a long moment. "All right, Malik, let's see about this promise of